The lunar nodes of destiny and fate are about to change signs. The north node is going into fiery, independent, just say yes, Aries, and the south node is going into relationship, Venus ruled Libra. The nodes are only in Aries and Libra every 18 years. Every 18 years, the last time was 2004 to 2006. So this is a brand new beginning. Some of you are at a crossroads. You're at a choice point. You feel like you have to make a decision. Others of you know that you are heading into a brand new life chapter. We're all going to feel this energy. Some of us will be more affected than others. I will get into that in this video, but primarily in this video, I want to give you an update on where we are now as we approach this nodal shift. I've already done one video for you on the lunar nodes in Aries and Libra with readings for all 12 signs where the transiting north node is going to be happening in your natal astrology chart. Same with the south node. So in this video, I want to share with you how you can best work with this gateway portal energy that we are in right now, and we will be in through the Cancer new moon time through the month of July. I've also received some new insights on how we can best prepare for this energy of the node shifting signs so that we can make the most of it and really step into a whole new identity, a whole new belief in ourselves that we can do it. Whatever it is that your heart desires, that you can do it, my friend. Now, as a bonus for the 12 sign readings, I'm going to go through each of the natal north node placements. So this is your natal north node, where in your natal astrology chart you have your true north node. I'm going to go through each of the natal north placements and the corresponding houses. So if you don't know where your north node is, which sign and or which house it's in, I encourage you when we get to the 12 sign readings to pause the video. You can go to astro.com or your favorite astrology website and create a chart for yourself and look for the true node. The true node is your north node placement. It's a glyph of a horseshoe, and look for which house it's in based on the numbers of the houses in the center of your zodiac wheel. And if you're not sure how to find your true node, your natal north node in your natal astrology chart, you can book an astrology consultation with me, and I will let you know in which sign it's in, which house it's in, and how your other planets are being activated through this big shift of the nodes into Aries and Libra. Now, why is your natal north node significant? It's important because it's your growing edge. It's the gifts, the talents, the potential that you are developing in this lifetime. It is the path, the direction that we are to go in. But we often have resistance because it is our growing edge. It is a path of learning, and it can be quite uncomfortable. Our south node, and the south node is always directly across from the north node in your natal chart. The south node is our comfort zone. This is where we have honed talents, gifts, abilities in past lifetimes. This is what we're really good at. It's our fallback. It's our comfortable way of doing our lives. It can also be our coping mechanisms. Your natal north node also gives clues to your soul mission, your life purpose, and how you can best fulfill your potential. So I'm really excited to share with you in the 12 sign readings your natal north node and how you can best work with that energy, what you're here to do and develop and actualize, and then your south node, what you're releasing, what you're letting go of in this lifetime. And I'm also going to pull an oracle card for each of the 12 sign natal north node placements. So this is going to be juicy. I'm excited for this. So before I get into that, I want to say hello and welcome if you are new to me. Hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos for some time. And hello and welcome to my Sunday chat friends. It's every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time that we meet here. So when my videos go live, and you are warmly welcome to join us. This is a like-minded soul tribe, and it's my joy to help bring us all together to support one another. I'm Betsy Gutting. I am a psychic astrologer as well as an intuitive life coach and the author of The Magic of Saying Yes. answering your heart's true calling. It is my joy, my dedication, and my passion to empower you through astrology, my friend. In my videos and in my professional astrology consultations, I weave together spiritual principles, divine downloads, intuitive insights, and Western tropical astrology. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you more about my astrology consultations, what you can expect, how you can find out more about them, as well as my coaching. And I also have a free gift for you. I'll tell you all about your free gift and how you can get it at the end of the video. And for those of you who'd like to receive my weekly astrology updates direct to your inbox, go to my website, subscribe to my updates, and you will get that free gift as an instant download. Okay, so let's first talk about the transiting North Node in Aries and Libra. The nodes of destiny and fate will be here in these signs for 18 months. They're in every sign for 18 months. However, it's an 18-year cycle. So we will not have the nodes of the moon back in Aries and Libra for 18 more years after this transit. Wherever you have the transiting North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra is where your chart is going to be lit up. This is going to be a hot spot for your chart. This is where you are going to be catalyzing a brand new beginning. This is where your soul is directing you to shift your focus and to do your soul work, my friend. This axis of Aries and Libra, Aries is our identity. It's our story about ourselves. It's believing in ourselves. It's catalyzing the courage and confidence to step out and do something new. It's very independent energy. It's a fire sign. That means it's transformational for us. It's where we want to challenge ourselves, where we want to go to the edge of the cliff and dare to take the leap, knowing that the net will appear. Aries energy takes chances. It makes mistakes. It's willing to get messy, as Ms. Frizzle said on the Magic School Bus, if you remember that show. Once you're ignited with inspiration and Aries energy, you won't take no for an answer. You have the drive, the motivation to jumpstart that something new. The last time the nodes were in Aries and Libra was December of 2004 to mid 2006, and before that it was mid 1986 to December of 1988. So if you look back to those times in your life, you may see a theme that comes up again. It comes around again. Everything comes around again, right? Because our lives are cyclical. Something could have ended for you back then, and this time it's a new beginning. And oftentimes when I say this in my videos and people look back to those times and they go, oh my gosh, I had a really hard ending, a relationship breakup, or I lost a job, or something really difficult happened, people can get freaked out and afraid that something bad is going to happen again. And that isn't the point of me sharing this with you, right? The point is that we're looking for themes. Yes, we could have something difficult happen again, but we could just as likely have a brand new, sparkly new beginning where we are catalyzed into realizing a heart's desire. That's just as possible. There's a fine line between an ending and a new beginning. Endings always precede new beginnings. So you could have both during this time. You could end a relationship and then have a brand new love come into your life. You could end a job and then get your dream job. What's most important is that we're giving ourselves permission in Aries energy, North Node, the direction we are to go. We're giving ourselves permission to have freedom, to be adventurous, to have a new adventure, and to say yes to our heart's desire, even if it feels really scary. It probably will. It probably will feel like, remember, North Node is where we are growing, we're stretching, we're reaching. It will be a learning curve for you. And it will probably be, as I say in my book, exhilarated fear. So you're exhilarated by the possibility that you could pull it off, that you could do it, that you could succeed at it. And at the same time, it terrifies you. If you're feeling exhilarated fear, you know you're on the right track. During this transit, we are driven to succeed. Wherever this is happening in your natal astrology chart, North Node, South Node, this is where the North Node is in Aries. This is where you are feeling driven to succeed, where you may have a sense of ambition, or you're just fired up. You're just super inspired. Your heart is ignited. It feels like a brand new day. It feels like a brand new cycle. The North Node changes signs every 18 months. So why is this particular shift of the North Node So dramatic feeling. Well, first of all, Aries can be dramatic energy, but more than that, it's happening in the context of a lot of other changes. It's happening in this month of July, which is the biggest month of catalytic change, turning point, crossroads, decision making for most of us in 2023. A lot of transits are converging. We just had Pluto go retrograde in Capricorn. So it's finishing up its era in Capricorn at the very last degree. The nodes of the moon going into Aries are going to square that 29 degree of Pluto and Capricorn. With the Cancer new moon, which I have a separate video for you on, with the Cancer new moon, we're going to have a cardinal grand square. We're going to feel the convergence of all of these energies during the Cancer new moon, and Venus is going retrograde in Leo just a few days after that new moon. So this feels to me like an energy vortex. All of these energies combining are putting us into a vortex of energy where we get to move our vibration to the next higher octave, where we are, as we say, shifting timelines. We are going through a portal. This really is portal energy, and I'm going to tell you why. But first, I want to remind all of us that Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So not only is this a new 18-year cycle, but we're starting fresh again because Aries is the first sign. The nodes have come all the way back to the very first sign of new beginnings. And as the first sign, this is us feeling our impulses, our instincts for who we want to be in the world. This is I am energy. So it's, in a way, it's like taking a stand for our life. It's like us coming out into the world in a brand new way. This is another reason it's so significant and why you may feel it more palpably, more strongly than other North Node shifts of signs. Perhaps the most important thing to keep in mind with your new beginning, as the nodes shift into Aries and Libra, with your new beginning, it has to feel passionate. Aries is passionate energy. If you know anyone with strong Aries, or if you have strong Aries in your chart, you know that there's a need, it's essential in Aries energy to feel passionate, to live your passion even. So one of my favorite poets, Rumi, says, with passion pray, with passion make love, with passion eat and drink and love. Why look like a dead fish in the ocean of love? So if you don't know what your passion is, think about what makes you feel most alive. Howard Thurman said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what brings you most alive, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And what we need as people, as individuals, as humans, as spiritual beings, what we need is to feel fully alive more often. So with the South Node in Libra ruling relationships, Venus ruled, where we love to partner, where we love the back and forth with other people, where we feel supported. With the South Node in Libra and the North Node in Aries, we are balancing that need to be free, to follow our individual dreams, to say yes, to often do it ourselves, to be the entrepreneur. We're balancing that with our desire to partner, with our desire to feel loved and included and collaborative with others. Because the South Node and the North Node are always in opposition, they're always two ends of a spectrum. With Mars ruling the North Node and Venus ruling the South Node, Mars and Venus in opposition, many of us are going to be going through reflection, reevaluation of our partnerships, of our relationships. Partnerships that are not on solid ground will either transform or they will break up. We're going into a brand new soul cycle. Pluto changing signs is putting us into a brand new era. It's so synchronistic that we also have Venus in Leo going retrograde around the same time in this vortex of energy. We're really being asked to look at our relationships and to see if they are going to serve us going forward in our new soul cycle. So all of us are being called to a new area of life experience, a new area of life experience in relationship, in career, in health, in wealth. It's going to be different for everyone, depending on where the nodes are in your chart. And as I said, you can go to my lunar nodes video with readings for all 12 signs to find out where that is for you. And that video is linked below in the description box for this video. Now, the reason that the North and South nodes shifting into new signs can be so catalytic for us, can put us in a whole new life chapter, is because the nodes of the moon correspond with the eclipses. So we now have, with the nodes of the moon going into Aries and Libra, we now have eclipses in this area of our chart, in this area of our life, and eclipses create change. They eclipse things out of our lives. They bring new things into our lives. They pick us up and put us down into the right place that we are meant to be on our soul's journey. The North Node is now at 0 degrees of Taurus. As I am filming this video, and when it comes out for you on July 9th, it's at 0 degrees. 0 is a portal. 0 is a gateway. 0 is everything is possible. The world is my oyster. All of my options are open to me. It's considered an anaretic degree in astrology, which means it's a critical point. And this means that we are evaluating our choices. We're deliberating on what we want next. And you could very well feel like, I have no idea what's next for me. I have no idea what I want. I feel like I'm in between worlds. I feel lost. You could definitely feel lost during this time. You could feel like, I knew who I was before, I knew what I wanted before, and now everything just feels murky to me. And this is because we are between selves. We are between soul cycles. It's like when your clothes feel too tight, maybe you don't like the colors anymore, you don't like the styles, but you don't see anything new that appeals to you either. Or the new clothes that you like don't look good on you. And this feeling of, I don't know what's next for me, can bring up anxiety. So I want you to know that that's really natural to feel right now. The way to best work with this energy is to stay open and to have an intention of what you choose to feel. You may not know what your passion is yet. You may not know what you want yet. My friend, in Aries energy, that can come in very quickly. We can get an inspiration so quickly. And in Aries energy, we're like, I know what I want now. I'm going to do this. But this is not happening for each of us until one of our planets or points in our natal astrology chart gets activated. And that could happen for you at any point during this cycle, during this 18-month period. So the best thing we can do right now is to stay open in this 0 degree energy. And with the South Node in Libra, the best way we can work with that is to give our partners, our relationships freedom, knowing that they're going through the same thing we are, and that if your partner or your close friend is distancing themselves for you or wants to separate or wants to break up, it could be that they just need more space to redefine who they are right now. Maybe you guys have gotten a little bit too dependent on each other and one of you starts to pull away. But with Venus retrograding, that could change as we go through that Venus retrograde period and come out the other side of that in September. So give each other freedom, give each other the space that you each need, and that will allow you to each have your own transformation through this period of going through the portal. Now on July 17th with the Cancer new moon, we're going to go to 29 degrees of Aries. That's when we will officially be in the new energy. That is also portal energy. Why? Because 29 reduces to 11. 11 is a master spiritual number. When we're in 11 energy, the veil is thin between the worlds. It's a very spiritual feeling energy. It's where we can receive inspired downloads just out of the blue. We're very, very tuned in if we intend to be. It's all about intention. We're very, very tuned in to what is coming through, to our guides giving us signs and synchronicities and direction on our next step. 29 is also an anaretic degree. So we're at 0 degrees right now. We're going to 29 degrees. Both of these create a portal for us. You could also feel like this is an ending energy, 29 degrees. Something ends. You graduate from something. You really feel a shift of the soul cycle. You really feel that turning point, that crossroads that you're in. You could feel an urgency to make a decision. I have to decide now. I can't wait. And if that's happening and you feel pressure, I want to encourage you to make the decision from a place of peace, not a place of urgency. Of course, if there's an emergency and you're dealing with anything involving your safety, of course you're going to take steps to take care of yourself. But if you can make a decision from a place of peace and calm, then you know it's aligned with your soul. Now, because Aries and Libra are cardinal signs, they initiate new things, they initiate new projects, new directions. They are the go-getters of the zodiac. Because this is cardinal energy, those of you with planets or points in the cardinal signs will feel this transit of the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra most intensely and most personally. But all of us are going to feel this energy collectively, And some of you are going to feel it in easier ways. So for example, if you have a planet in Gemini, you'll receive a sextile from the North Node in Aries to your Gemini planet. And that's an energy of more ease and opportunity and a creative solution. Planets in Aquarius will also create sextiles, and that Aries energy will make trines to the fire signs. So most of us are going to feel moved, inspired, motivated, pushed maybe into a change, into a positive new beginning with this nodal shift. Now, a note to those of you who have planets or points in the cardinal signs. You guys have not had it easy. We've had Pluto in Capricorn for a whole era since 2008, and many of you have experienced really difficult change and loss during that Pluto and Capricorn transit. I know some of you are still going through that. Pluto's back in Capricorn at the very end degrees. Some of you are still being activated by that. But what I think is so hopeful for the cardinal signs, and I'm including myself in this since I have quite a bit of cardinal energy in my chart, what is so hopeful is that we are now in a brand new 18-year cycle. And I feel that for many cardinal sign people, this is our time finally to reap the rewards of all the inner work that we have done since 2008 with Pluto in Capricorn. So a great mantra for all of us with this nodal shift is, it's my time. This is finally my time. And this transit can be surprisingly life-changing for you when it touches a planet or point in your natal astrology chart. And case in point, in my own experience, when the North Node was in Aries in 1986, I received an inspired download to go to law school. Never had I thought I would do law school. It seemed very scary to me. I didn't think I could succeed at it, but I felt that very strong Aries push. Try it. Maybe you can succeed. It will change your life. Imagine if you do win at this, imagine how that'll make you feel. That's Aries energy. I received that and I went to law school in 1987. Now, law school is a 3-year program, and 1 year after my first year of law school, which is the hardest year of law school, after that first year, I then received another inspired download. And what's interesting is that the North Node was still in my 10th house of career. In fact, a year later, it shifted into Pisces, but I have Pisces and Aries in my 10th house. Pisces is my midheaven, which is your career. With a Pisces midheaven, I received an inspired download to have a baby. Now, why would that be? My chart was lit up with the North Node in my career sectors. It was my career sectors, but guess what? Because my natal North Node is in my 4th house of home. My natal North Node is in Virgo in my 4th house of home. The North Node, transiting North Node in Pisces, was making an aspect to my natal North Node, and the South Node in Virgo was right conjunct with my natal North Node, and so I got baby fever like crazy right in the middle of law school. It made no sense. Who has a baby in law school? It makes no sense, but it was so strong for me that I had to say yes to it. And in true Virgo fashion, I planned it all out. We got pregnant within 3 months of me getting this baby fever. It takes 9 months to cook a baby inside, right? So it wasn't until a year later that I actually gave birth. And by then I had 2 years of law school under my belt and it all worked out perfectly. But at the time it made no sense to my logical mind. So I really want you to know that with the North Node in Aries, you could get a very powerful inspiration that makes no sense to your logical mind, but it ignites your heart, it lights the fire in your belly, and you feel like you can't say no. It feels compelling. You feel like you have to say yes. Now, 2 more important points I want to share with you, and then we'll get to the 12 sign readings of your natal North Node placement. The North Node moving into Aries at 29 degrees on the Cancer new moon is going to activate the Aries solar eclipse point. The Aries solar eclipse that we had in April of 2023, you might look back to that time, April of 2023, what were you thinking about? What intention perhaps did you set around that solar eclipse time? What new thing did you maybe want to try or pioneer? Maybe you felt like you needed to reinvent yourself in some area of your life. You may want to go back and watch that video on the Aries solar eclipse. I will link that below. But that energy of that April time is going to be reactivated in July when the North Node moves into Aries. The best way that we can prepare for this nodal shift, for what feels like an epic nodal shift in the context of everything else going on in the astrology of 2023, the best way we can prepare is allow ourselves to shift into a whole new identity. With Pluto in Capricorn, with Pluto squaring the nodes of the moon, our directive is to allow ourselves to be reborn. And that means that regardless of the losses, or even because of the losses that we have gone through in this past 15 years of Pluto and Capricorn, because of the losses that we've had, we've changed, we've transformed, we are a new person now. We're being directed to shift out of the identity of this is what I have lost to the identity of this is who I am now. To no longer identify with our pain and our losses, but instead to identify with the spiritual being that has come through the fire, the phoenix that has risen from the ashes, the new person that we are. And this is hard, my friend. I want to say it's hard. It's hard not to be looking back, but this is a forward-looking energy. This is a present moment. What's lighting me up now? What do I want to do next? This is very present moment in the physical body, allowing ourselves to have a brand new, fresh start. So what I want to offer you as a way of working with this energy is I am victorious. I've been through all of this hard stuff. Yes, I've incurred losses. Yes, I may still feel like I'm licking my wounds, or I see the scars, I see the war wounds, the scars from everything I've been through, but I have emerged victorious. I am victorious. This I feel, and I'm sorry if that was too loud for you, but this is what I feel we really want to move into. And this is the Six of Wands card in the tarot. It's victory. I have emerged victorious. This will allow us to catalyze the brand new beginning that we so deserve. And if you need help with this, my friend, if you need help with this transition from being in the trenches, being in the pain, focusing on the losses, if you need help in that rebirthing process, know that I offer coaching. I can work with you in coaching, and or we can do an astrology consultation together. So let's do the 12 sign readings now. Be sure to listen to your natal North Node placement, the sign that your natal North Node is in, and the house that your natal North Node is in as well. If you want to know where the nodes of the moon going into Aries and Libra are transiting in your natal astrology chart, that is a separate video. That is my first video on the nodes of the moon going into Aries and Libra that I will link in the description box below. If you don't know where your natal North Node is, if you don't know which sign or house it's in, you can go to astro.com, download your chart, find where the true node is in your graph, and see which house it's in. So in these readings, I'm going to be sharing with you what is your growing edge, what is your potential, what are you developing in this lifetime? That's your natal North Node. I'm also going to be sharing with you your natal South Node, and that is your comfort zone, your fallback, what you've already mastered in previous lifetimes and what you're releasing in this lifetime. I want to be sure and give credit where credit is due. Some of what I'm going to be sharing with you in these North Node placement readings was inspired by the work of Jan Spiller. She wrote the book Astrology for the Soul. Her work I've seen validated in my client readings and in my own life as well. So I will be sure and link her book in the description box below. Okay, so let's start with Aries. Beautiful Aries. Those of you who have your North Node in Aries or the first house, you are here to work independently. You are here to discover who you are. This is the sign of I am, and this is where the North Node is transiting. So this is your nodal return, those of you who have your North Node in Aries. This is your nodal return. This is going to be a catalytic 18 months for you, no question. In this lifetime, you're here to be a leader and a pioneer. You're here to try new things, to take risks, to go to the edge of a cliff and jump off knowing that the net's going to appear for you, metaphorically speaking. This is a fiery transformational energy. So you are here to transform your life by trying new things, by experimenting, by exploring, by saying yes to your impulses. Aries. Many of you will be entrepreneurs. You want to do things your way. You are great negotiators from your past life with a Libra North Node in a past life or one or more past lives. You learned how to be diplomatic. You learned how to negotiate. You learned how to be congenial with others, to support other people. In past lives, you were very supportive to others. In this lifetime, it's about you supporting yourself. It's about you learning who you are. It's about you becoming clear on your identity, who you are from the inside out. You are self-directed, or you're learning to be self-directed. Remember, with the North Node in our sign, it's our growing edge. It's what we resist. But this is what you're learning. You're learning how to initiate things that light you up, that you are inspired to do. You're passionate about what you want to do. You have to do something that makes you feel passionate, whether you do it for work or whether you do it for your own enjoyment. Passion is very, very important to you with the North Node in Aries. In this lifetime, it's about you carrying out your goals, your ideas. It doesn't mean you can't work with other people, but it has to be your own agenda, Aries. It has to be what you are inspired to create. In past lifetimes, you supported others in exchange for them being supportive to you. So in a way, you gave away some of your own initiative in order to support them and their thing. In this lifetime, it's about you doing your thing. In past lifetimes, it was easy for you to merge your energy with other people and to become codependent. So in this lifetime, you need solitude. You need time to get very clear on what you need and what you want and what your soul's path is. It's okay to be selfish, to focus on what you need and what your self wants, because you're here to really learn how to trust yourself and how to set boundaries. And when you learn how to set really clear boundaries, North Node in Aries, that's when you're able to commit to other people. That's when you feel more comfortable committing. It's hard for North Node in Aries people in this lifetime to fully commit when they're not setting good boundaries, because they're afraid that their freedom will be taken away. So this lifetime is about being independent, sovereign, and trusting your own impulses. Okay, so Aries, North Node in Aries. I'm going to pull a card for you guys now. What do the cards have to say for this lifetime of North Node in Aries, or if you have a North Node in the first house of your chart? And your card is New Beginnings. So you may have a lot of new beginnings with your North Node in Aries or the North Node in the first house, because the first house is the house of new beginnings. It is the house of new horizon. It is where you are learning about who you are and your identity and what you most want, and following your heart, following your impulses, following your true heart's desire and direction. Okay. For those of you who have your North Node in the second house of your chart, or the North Node in Taurus, North Node in Taurus or second house North Node, friends, this is your reading. Your North Node is your growing edge. It's what you're coming into. It's the potential that you're moving into, and it's the lessons that you're learning. And what you're learning, North Node in Taurus and second house North Node people, is self-reliance. Taurus is fixed earth energy. This is where you are sometimes stubborn, sometimes digging in your heels, but you are planted firmly in the earth, knowing your focus, knowing what you want, knowing what you're here for, knowing what you need to get done. You are learning in this lifetime to independently provide for yourself. You're learning loyalty. You are here to increase your sense of self-worth, increase your sense of deserving. You're learning how to receive and to have an awareness of your values, what's most important to you. You are learning to savor life through the five senses, and you are persisting toward a goal as you build a solid material foundation for yourself. So those of you with North Node in Aries or second house, you may feel like your life is a lot about, or at least it's very important to you, it's a strong value of yours, to build wealth or to build a material foundation that makes you feel comfortable, safe, and secure. Safety and security are very important to you. And so also in this lifetime, you're learning to take full responsibility for your financial situation, your financial foundation, and from that, your self-esteem grows. Now, with the South Node in Scorpio, you are also learning to not merge with others so much. Merge your energy, merge your time, merge your resources. Not saying you won't do some of that, especially in partnership, but this lifetime is about self-reliance. So you're learning that self-love and taking care of you in material ways, that comes first. Then once you have that, then you can more easily partner with other people. You're learning to prioritize your inner child healing and not to jump into a relationship, not to lose yourself or self-abandon in relationships, not to rely on your partner for emotional fulfillment, not to rely on your partner for physical, material security either. So some of you are releasing codependence in this lifetime when it comes to either emotional or material security as well. So let's pull a card for you now. Taurus North Node people and those of you with your North Node in the second house. Shuffle one more time. Okay. Your card is solitude. In this lifetime, you need enough solitude that you're able to kind of recoup your energy, gather your energy. It is about self-reliance. So in order to be self-reliant, we have to give ourselves enough time to be with our own energy and to release any energy that we have absorbed from other people. With South Node in Scorpio, we can easily be sponges for other people's energy, and we're learning to have better psychic hygiene and not do that merging so much with others. Or if we do that unconsciously, to release other people's energy so we can fill our cup back up again. And that's what solitude often does for us. Okay, those of you with your natal North Node in Gemini or the third house of your chart, this is your reading. Gemini energy is mutable air. It's very social. It likes to be light. It likes to have fun, have adventures, flit from flower to flower and savor the nectar along the way. It likes to have a lot of different experience, exploratory, lifelong learning. In this lifetime, North Node in Gemini people or third house North Node people, you are learning to be curious about life, to learn about other people. You want to connect. Connecting is very, very important to you. Connecting makes you feel satisfied, it makes you feel fulfilled, and it makes you feel like you have a solid place in this world. In this lifetime, your marching orders are to seek to understand other people, to be really good listeners, to ask good questions of other people. This is how you make true, genuine connections. You are learning to be enthusiastic cheerleaders for other people and to be open to new ideas, new approaches, new perspectives, to see things from all sides, to see things from all vantage points, to be able to put yourself in the shoes of others and see it from the way they see it, even if that's different from the way you see something. So you are learning to see non-judgmentally from all perspectives. And even though you love to be spontaneous as a North Node in Gemini, you love spontaneity, and spontaneity can take you far. You can have a lot of amazing synchronicities and magical moments being spontaneous. Even with that being true, you still are learning as well to make plans, because when you don't make plans with other people, for example, socially, you often find that people aren't available. So you're learning to make plans in all ways with North Node in Gemini so that you can have the social interaction and connection that you need when you need it, Gemini. With the South Node in Sagittarius, you've had past lifetimes where you were isolated, where you spent a lot of time seeking truth, with your head buried in the books, learning other people's spirituality, for example, or other ways of being, and you were very much about finding the truth with a capital T. You may have been a religious way shower, a proselytizer. You were all about, what is the truth? I want to find the truth of existence. But because of that, you were isolated. So in this lifetime, you want to spend more time with more people. Not saying you don't need time alone. We all need time alone. But in this lifetime, You really can freak out inside when you feel like, oh my God, I've spent too much time alone. I need to be with other people, because you actually do. You're also in this lifetime releasing putting yourself on a pedestal or any kind of arrogance or other people perceiving you that way, because there's some part of you that is still seeing yourself as maybe the way shower, so to speak. You're also releasing being closed off to other people's points of view. And in past lifetimes, you've spent so much time isolated or on your own that you may have neglected family or neglected your loved ones. So in this lifetime, you're learning to prioritize family and loved ones and time spent with others. Okay, so North Node and Gemini people, I'm shuffling the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say for this lifetime with the North Node in Gemini or the third house. Let's see what your card is. Your card is stillness. There's so much sparkle in this card. There's the white swan. I feel this is about you seeing yourself with new eyes, Gemini North Node. I feel like this is about making sure that you do spend some time in stillness, some time just receiving divine downloads, because you are very, very attuned. You are super intuitive. You're you are the messenger ruled by Mercury. Your North Node is ruled by Mercury. This is the divine messenger. So you are here, the winged messenger. You are here to impart your wisdom to others as well. But you need to receive that in stillness or other ways. This card is saying spend enough time being still so that you can connect to your highest consciousness, and that will make you feel more fulfilled as you are imparting your enthusiastic downloaded information to other people. Beautiful North Node in Gemini. Okay, if you have your natal North Node in the sign of Cancer or the fourth house, this is your reading. North Node in Cancer people, you are here to experience belonging. You want to belong to a family, whether it's your family of origin, your nuclear family, the family you create with your own children, or your chosen family of soul friends. You want to feel this feeling of belonging. This is really what you came here to do. Very, very important to you. Your mantra is, I belong, I belong. And in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, I have a chapter on the sense of belonging and how sometimes we can start feeling that way by acknowledging that we belong to our own soul, that we can form a devoted partnership with our own soul. So if that calls to you, that my book is linked in the description box below. In this lifetime, you're learning to nurture yourself, North Node in Cancer or the fourth house, nurture yourself and other people as well. You are learning to be aware of what you're feeling, your feelings, and to feel through your feelings, to breathe through them, to pay attention to them, to care for your own feelings. You're learning empathy for others, and you're learning compassion for yourself and compassion for other people as well. You're learning to factor in your own needs. First, to become aware of your needs, to acknowledge that they matter, and that you need to factor them in your decisions, your daily decisions. Also, you're learning to just accept that you have needs and that's okay, and that they need attending to. And you're learning to ask for support, beautiful North Node in Cancer. Ask for support from others. With your South Node in Capricorn, you've had past lives as CEO, manager, director, the boss. You were the head of an organization or the head of a group. You were the one in charge. In this lifetime, it's not about so much about being in charge, but about taking care of you. North Node in Cancer energy is very, very personal. Yes, you're nurturing others, but it's also, as I've said, very important to nurture yourself. So you're releasing that need to be in control of other people, because in past lifetimes you were in control. You did make the rules. You did set the policies and the directives for your work situation or wherever it was, whatever kind of environment or setup it was, you were the one in charge. In this lifetime, it's much more personal. So you also are releasing the assumption that you have to follow conventional ways or the status quo. That is not true for this lifetime. You're releasing being overly responsible for other people's feelings, for other people's needs and the things that they have to get done. You're learning to delegate more and let other people be responsible for themselves. So that means less of that kind of codependent behavior on an emotional level. And you're releasing your need to take care of other people at the expense of yourself, neglecting yourself, self-abandonment. You're learning how to not self-abandon, not deprive yourself of pleasure and fun and the things you need to keep your cup filled. You're learning not to deprive yourself, because with the South Node in Capricorn, you've had lifetimes where when you were the boss, when you were the leader, when you were in charge, you did deprive yourself and sacrifice often for the needs of other people. In this lifetime, as North Node in Cancer, you're here to, yes, again, nurture others, but not at the expense of you. No big circle with the line slash through it. No more self-sacrifice. Beautiful North Node in Cancer. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm shuffling the cards. I invite us all to take a breath. Okay, what does your card have to say, North Node in Cancer, or the fourth house? Your card is focus. So this is a snowstorm, but there's a gentleness to it. There's a mountain in the background, which is your South Node in Capricorn. Capricorn is the mountain energy, and here you are as the jaguar, perhaps, walking through the snow, lightly feeling the snow, which is water energy. Cancer is water energy, lightly feeling it drop on you, and you being free to explore, to focus on what matters to you most, your heart's desire. Beautiful North Node in Cancer. This is cardinal energy. This is you self-initiating, you taking steps, but taking steps to do what nurtures you most. And in this moment, perhaps this focus is calling to you. It's time to focus. It's time to put your past in the past and step out as the beautiful, elegant jaguar that you are. Leave me a comment, North Node in Cancer. Let me know if this resonates for you. Okay, if you have your North Node in Leo, your natal North Node in Leo, or the fifth house, this is your reading. So those of you who have natal North Node in Leo, you are here for full, unbridled self-expression, letting go of any inhibitions, shining your light. Now remember, your North Node is where you are leaning into new energies. This is where you are. This is your growing edge. You may resist this. You may find this difficult, but when you do it, then you feel like, yes, I feel alive. I feel more solid and more supported in my life. You're ruled by the sun, so you are here to shine bright like the sun. The fifth house is about play and adventure, creativity, children. It's all the fun, lighter things in life. You're here to let your inner child lead you, to inspire you. So when we're saying no to ourselves, our inner child often goes on strike, and that's not what you're here for. You're here to say yes to yourself, to anything that lights you up, North Node in Leo. You're here to take risks, to find the confidence and the courage within yourself that allows you to trust your passions and to let your heart get ignited over and over and over. There's an enthusiasm about you with North Node in Leo. You are the way shower for others in terms of setting the example to be free, to follow your heart, to be free-spirited. You are the way showers, you North Node in Leo people, for other people to give themselves permission to allow themselves to be free in the same vein. In this lifetime, you are tasked with being willing to take center stage, and that doesn't mean you have to be an actor, actress, or singer, or that kind of thing. But whatever that means for you, whatever center stage is for you, you're being asked to come out of your comfort zone with this North Node, to value your creative impulses, and to have fun in living your purpose. If whatever you see as your purpose is not fun, is not joyful, it does not bring you back to your childlike self, then a course correction may be in order for you. You have South Node in Aquarius. With your South Node in Aquarius, you're releasing your focus on the group agenda. That could be in your family, that could be in community, that could be at work. Your focus is supposed to be on your heart, Leo, North Node in Leo. It's supposed to be on what your heart wants. So you're learning to take your focus off of what other people want, what other people expect from you, other people's expectations, and put it back on your focus back on your heart. And are you following your heart's desire? You're also learning to release a tendency to avoid confrontation, or a tendency perhaps to be in denial in order to not have to deal with the uglier things of life, difficult emotional situations with others, for example. With South Node in Aquarius, we often detach from emotional situations so that we don't have to deal with those uncomfortable, messy feelings of other people, especially, or ourselves. But in this lifetime, you're being tasked with being direct and facing those things that are messy. You're also releasing too much daydreaming, where too much daydreaming keeps you from actually manifesting and creating in form in this lifetime. So North Node and Leo people, I'm shuffling the cards for you, and I'm going to pull a card for you now. North Node in Leo, or the 5th house, and your card is Delight. This is such a 5th house card. I love it. So this card speaks for itself. There's so much greenery. The 5th house Leo energy is the heart chakra. That is the color green. There's so much blue here. That's your self-expression. So allow yourself to express fully. Allow yourself to be the sweet bird in the meadow, soaking up the sunlight. You're ruled by the sun. You're here to enjoy your life. You're here to have many, many experiences of delight and playfulness and spontaneity. And if you're not having that now, North Node in Leo, this is your gentle, magical reminder to go out and have some delight. Okay, if your North Node is in the 6th house in your natal chart, or Virgo, you have a North Node in Virgo, this is your reading. My North Node is in Virgo. It's in the 4th house, but I know quite a bit about this energy, so I have experience with it. Now, North Node in Virgo people are here to bring order to chaos. This is very practical energy. This is dealing with the practical, mundane things of life. And for North Node and Virgo people, this can seem very boring. This can seem like, oh, do I really have to pay those bills? Do I really have to go stand in line and get a new driver's license? Do I really have to make those phone calls or write those emails? It can feel very boring and methodical. But the truth is, when you do those things, when you make those plans ahead, when you get your plane ticket early, when you make those hotel reservations way in advance, you get the good stuff in life. And you learn that with North Node and Virgo, that planning ahead and dealing with the mundane things actually makes you feel more grounded, rooted, safe, solid, and secure in this lifetime. So you are here, North Node and Virgo people, to have a solid, nourishing routine, daily routine, some things that make you feel grounded and safe and nourished. And it could be as simple as your morning routine, your exercise, what you eat, meditation, those kinds of things. North Node in Virgo people have the potential, have the gift, the talent to bring order to chaos, both in their professional relationships and in their personal relationships. So North Node in Virgo people make good coaches. They make good health coaches. They make good yoga teachers. Any profession where you are helping others create solutions, helping others get more organized, helping people to get clarity on their thoughts or clarity on the story that they're telling about their life. You help people get clear mentally and emotionally. You're here to have some sort of structure in your life, to create some sort of structure, and this is not easy for North Node and Virgo people, that supports you. You're here to be more in earthly 3D reality. With the South Node in Pisces, you spent many lifetimes dissolving your ego, spent many lifetimes being in the ethereal realms. And in this lifetime, it's about being in this earthly 3D reality. You're learning to fully participate in life with other people, to dip your toe in the waters of new things, even if they feel scary to you. There's a lot of things you haven't done before in this lifetime that are about being in a body. So you're learning to really pay attention to details, especially when you're signing contracts and you're making agreements. You're learning to trust your intuition and your analysis, because Virgo is a very analytical energy. You're learning to plan ahead and to be of service to other people, to feel the fear and do it anyway, to overcome self-doubt. With the South Node in Pisces, you are realizing that escaping, withdrawing into substances or too much sleep or even a lot of meditation, doing too much, spending too much time in fantasy or meditation or being in the other realms, you're learning to moderate that so that you are here dealing with the reality of your physical life. You are also releasing victim consciousness. You're releasing self-doubt, the tendency to want to give up when things don't happen quickly enough, and any sense of defeat or futility. You are releasing that as well over time. This can be a lifetime of practice. You're also releasing giving into confusion or overwhelm and being non-committal, not deciding to put your imaginative visions into form. You're here to create form from your inspirations and your visions and the things that come to you through your divine downloads in your imagination, North Node and Virgo. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle the cards for you, and we'll see what the cards have to say for North Nodes in Virgos or the 6th house. And health may be very important to you, especially if your natal North Node placement is in your 6th house of health, or simply your Virgo North Node. You're definitely here to be aware of your physical body. Stomach issues can come up with Virgo energy. Digestion can be part of what you're working with. The right foods and getting proper nutrition, not over dieting. I know I went through a phase of that earlier in my life. Lots of dieting to be as skinny as I possibly could. Learned a lot through that experience. Okay, so now let's pull a card for you. And your card is freedom. I love this card. Going through the portal. So the first thing that comes to me is, as we are moving through this portal energy of the South Node going into Libra and the North Node going into Aries, we are going through a portal. It's time to free yourself, beautiful North Node and Virgo 6th house people. If you haven't given yourself full freedom to be who you are, to be authentic, to be your true self, sometimes we can get bogged down. Virgo energy can be so self-critical, so perfectionistic, so detail-oriented that we lose the big picture to be able to see the forest from the trees, so to speak. So this is saying fly free, enjoy yourself, let yourself feel that feeling of freedom, of being here. Yes, you're in an earthly body, but you're also here to feel the transcendence of being fully alive. North Node in Virgo 6th house people. Okay, if your North Node is in the 7th house or Libra, North Node in Libra, friends, this is your reading. Your growing edge, your potential, what you're moving toward is you're learning to partner with others, to have solid, committed partnerships that really infuse you with beautiful, life-giving energy. You are here to do the back and forth with other people, your cardinal air. This is you taking the initiative, teaming up with others and making things happen. This is together we can do anything. Together we can build a solid foundation for ourselves. Together we can soar. Together we can thrive. This is very much about togetherness for sure. And I know some of you are wondering, if you have a North Node in Libra and the South Node is going through Libra, what does that mean for you? We shall see. It could be a number of different things. I gave the example earlier in this video of how the North Node was going through Pisces and the South Node was going through Virgo. The South Node conjuncted my natal North Node, and I had a baby. I had baby fever. So just because the South Node is going through Libra doesn't mean that this transit's all about you releasing and letting go. It could be some of that and something new as well, because there's a fine line between endings and beginnings. Endings always catalyze a new beginning. So it could be one, both, or but one or the other or both. Okay, so you are also here to create beauty. You are North Node in Libra. You guys are natural designers. Many of you are artistic. Many of you are super creative. You love beautifying, whatever it is, beautifying spaces, creating objects of beauty. You are super creative. You're a natural diplomat, mediator, connector. Now, again, these are growing edges. This is what you're moving into. It doesn't mean that you fully developed these things that I'm saying yet, but you are tasked with doing so. This is how you can have a better life. You are also encouraged to release your tendency to compromise too much, to keep the peace, to please others too much. That can make you codependent, and then you can have resentment. And of course, you probably already know this. When you feel resentful, that's a sign that you have gone too far to help someone else and you're not receiving the energy back. So in this lifetime, you're learning the give and take of energy. You're learning how to create balance, and you're very focused on fairness, and that's important to you. You're also learning that committed relationships are grounding and stabilizing and good for you, as long as you keep that give and take somewhat, it's not always going to be equal, but over a period of time, you feel that there's an equality of share of mutuality. It's about mutuality. With the South Node in Aries, Aries energy is independent. It's driven to succeed. It wants what it wants my way. This is what you're releasing. You are releasing doing everything your own way, your own thing. That's your fallback. That's your comfort zone. You're releasing powering through on your own, by yourself. You're releasing always being the pioneer, always being the one to come up with the best ideas. Now you're working within a partnership, and you're doing this together. You're giving other people the spotlight sometimes too. You're listening to other people's ideas. You're doing more in partnership. You're factoring in everybody's energy, ideas, and contributions as much as your own. Beautiful North Node in Libra. So now let me shuffle the cards for you, and we'll pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say for those of you with either your North Node in the 7th house or in Libra. And your card is relaxation. Do you give yourself enough time to relax? I feel like the message of this card is that even though you have a North Node in Libra, you still need time for yourself. Libra is a cardinal sign. That is self-initiation. You guys are really go-getters, like the Aries energy, the North Node in Aries that's coming up, the South Node in Libra. We've got a lot of cardinal energy happening right now. Maybe you need to relax. Maybe you need more time for solitude. Maybe you need more time to get clear on what you want, so then you can communicate that to your partner, and then you can have that give and take that your heart so wants. Beautiful North Node in Libra. Okay, if your North Node is in the 8th house or Scorpio, if your natal North Node is in Scorpio or the 8th house of the zodiac, this is your reading. Those of you with North Node in Scorpio or the 8th house are here to cultivate deep intimacy with others, body, mind, and spirit. And of course, that's not everyone in your life, but close, intimate partners, people that you want to be physically connected to as well. You're here to cultivate intimacy on all levels. This is about power, Scorpio energy. It's ruled by Pluto and ruled by Mars, and it's about finding your sense of power and then sharing power in relationship with others. Your mantra, North Node in Scorpio, is I am powerful, and as I trust in my own power, I can then know who to trust. I can trust myself and form healthy relationships. You are here to have emotional security through sharing your money, time, energy, and resources with other people. You are here to connect with your own emotional truth. This is a lot about you feeling the depth of truth from your unconscious self, truths being revealed to you, you awakening. This is a transformational North Node. You're here to learn to trust yourself, and as you do so, you are able to, as I said, trust other people as well. You are here to cultivate fierce, radical, self-honesty. You're here to find out your truth and what is really real for you, what's really authentic for you, North Node in Scorpio. You have a talent for depth psychology. You have a talent for detective work, and I mean detective work on all levels. If you want to learn more about someone, if you're dating someone or you're about to date someone and you want to find out all the stuff that's online about them, that's no problem for you. You will find it quite easily, or at least this is your growing edge. This is your potential, is you're learning to be the researcher, to be the deep researcher and find out what you need to know. You're also here to recognize the psychology of other people. This is the sign of the depth psychologist. With the South Node in Taurus, you are releasing past lives where you are cultivating self-reliance. In past lives, it was all about you standing on your own 2 feet, materially speaking, financially. In this lifetime, it's more of a partnership lifetime. You really want to find your soulmate in this lifetime if you haven't already. It's very, very important to you to partner with mutually supportive soulmate people in this lifetime. And that means you feel it in your heart. You feel it at a soul level that you are connected in that way and you are helping each other forward on your soul paths. You are also in this lifetime releasing stubbornness, possessiveness, jealousy. Now, this isn't true for everyone. So for those of you who say, I can't relate to that, that's fine. But this is an overall general reading. And for some of us, it could be our blind spot and we're not aware of it. You're also releasing attachments to comfortable things. Now, we all want to be comfortable, but like if having comfortable and like really nice, expensive things is super important to you and that's causing stress in your life, you're here to release the attachment to that. Also, you're here to release the attachment to, I need to have a certain amount of money. I need to have a certain amount of stuff. I need to have a certain kind of car or live in a certain neighborhood before I can commit to a partner. Sometimes South Node and Taurus people feel like I need to have like all of these things, a certain status, for example, before I can partner with others. And that's not true for you in this lifetime. Okay, so North Node and Scorpio people, I'm shuffling the cards. And let's see what the cards have to say for you. And your card is Healing Chaos. What a perfect card. The 8th house, which is connected to Scorpio energy, is about transformation. It is about deep, deep healing. It's letting whatever needs to come up from the unconscious, and I see this tornado as a metaphor of that, allowing yourself to heal that. And that could be chaos from past lives, chaos from your childhood, chaos from a past chapter of your life. You are healing that. That is behind you. The worst is behind you. The storm is behind you. It's starting to rain as I say this. You are now in the home stretch of healing that chaos. Beautiful 8th house or North Node in Scorpio friend. Okay, if your North Node is in Sagittarius or the 9th house, this is your reading. North Node and Sag people, you are here to awaken. You are here to expand. You're here to have a lot of different experiences, to learn from traveling, for example, long distance travel, but also traveling in your mind. You could be an armchair traveler, but you are here to expand your mind, your belief systems, your spirituality, your learning. This is the sign of a lifelong learner. So your mantra is, I am expanded. I am awakened. You are truth seeking in this lifetime. Many of you will espouse the truth as well, what you see as truth with a capital T. Philosophies, this is the sign of the wise sage, of the philosopher, of the teacher. You're here to share your enthusiasm for what you know to be true, what you feel to be true. You're here to speak from a higher consciousness. So not from the consciousness of ego, of what you feel is true on a more ego level, but what you are receiving from your highest level of consciousness. That's what you're here to share with others. You're also here to share your own growth and your own experiences. So for example, professionally, this might be the teacher who's had a lot of growth experiences, who is sharing with others what they've learned. Same if you're a life coach, for example. You're also here to have freedom and adventure. So many of you will do long distance travel, or you'll watch the travel shows and you're probably drawn to other cultures, other languages. You may speak different languages. You really expand by learning another language. You excel in the psychic professions as well. So problem solving, solution oriented. You're here to share your own experiences and how you can help others come to solutions and overcome challenges. Rise from adversity, overcoming challenges. This is part of what you are doing with others. You are being a role model for others in this way, or you are actually teaching them, sharing with them, inspiring them. Very inspirational energy, North Node and Sag. You are inspiring them to overcome adversity as well. And when you're able to share with a potential partner, when you're dating, for example, or if you're seeking a partner, when you're able to share with them your philosophy of life, what matters most to you, your needs for travel and adventure, your needs for fun, your needs to have a lot of different experiences, your needs to at times live very spontaneously, when you're able to share that with them, and if they are coming from the same place, then you can finally open up and be vulnerable, because part of what you're here to learn is how to be vulnerable, how to share your emotions, how to share your heart, rather than escaping and running away to other situations because it feels uncomfortable for you. Now, with the South Node in Gemini, you've had past lives where you were very unfocused and scattered, and you were always flitting from flower to flower, sucking the nectar and going on to the next flower and the next and the next. And that could be anything. That can be jobs, that can be relationships, that can be friendships, that can apply to any area of your life. But in this lifetime, you are learning to trust your own truth. You're learning to trust your gut. You're learning to release indecisiveness, to not be scattered and unfocused. So you're learning focus. You are learning to not invalidate your own intuition, to trust your own intuition rather than falling back on logic. So when you get intuitive knowings and then you discuss them away, you talk through it and you realize that's not logical, that can't be, that's what you're learning to release, instead to actually really trust your intuitive knowing even when it doesn't make sense logically. You are also learning to release any kind of negative bantering about other people, or to focus on other people's negativity, and to release any insecurities, and especially second guessing yourself, trusting your own inner knowing. Beautiful North Node and Sag. Okay, so now, and ninth house North Node people. So now I'm shuffling the cards. Let's see what the cards have to say for North Node and Sagittarius, ninth house friends. And your card is adventures. I mean, the ninth house is the house of adventure. I love this so much. I love this so much. There's a waterfall. They're in a tropical setting. There's so much beauty and color here. This is about coming alive and saying yes to getting out of your comfort zone, to being in new scenery, to saying yes to the fact that you have an adventurous life, North Node and Sag. If you don't feel like your life is adventurous right now, it's time, especially with the North Node going into Aries, it is time. And that's a trine energy. That's a trine to your North Node. It is time to say yes to adventure. Okay, if your natal North Node is in the 10th house, or in Capricorn, this is your reading. North Node and Capricorn friends, you are here to be in charge in this lifetime. That means the mantra, I am in charge of my life. This is a lifetime where you are often the boss, the manager, the CEO, the one setting the rules, the one setting the policies, the one that is looking after everyone at work, in your career setting, in your place of work. This is an entrepreneurial energy. This is about having executive authority. You are likely very committed to work. You may be a workaholic, at least according to other people, if not yourself, because Capricorn energy does have a tendency to work very hard and be very focused on career. You are very strong at creating systems that support success for you at work and or for other people that you work with. You're learning to create a solid, sustainable foundation for yourself as well in your personal life. So it's not just about work, it's also your personal life. You're learning to not have dependence on others for a solid, sustainable foundation, especially emotionally. You are learning to let other people have their own growth, so not to be codependent when it comes to rescuing other people, not allowing other people to lean on you so much that you end up doing the work for them. Beautiful North Node in Capricorn. You're learning to delegate as well. Being goal-oriented is very important for you. You're probably ambitious. Remember, these are things we're growing into. These are not necessarily things that we have fully actualized yet. This is our growing edge, all of these things that I'm mentioning to you now. You're learning to respect yourself. Self-respect is very important to you. It makes you feel more anchored in this lifetime. And you're learning to give yourself the self-care that you need, not to deprive yourself, not to sacrifice your needs. Very easy for North Node and Capricorn people to do self-sacrifice, to deprive themselves, to put off gratification or pleasure that you actually need to keep going, that you actually need to infuse yourself. It's like you're walking down the street and you see something, a coffee shop or a bakery or, you know, a green juice place. And you're like, oh, I'd really like to have that green juice right now, but I'll just wait. I'm busy. Like someone, I need to go talk to someone. They're waiting for me, whatever. You're learning that when you do that often, you never end up satisfying that need that you had. You never end up nurturing yourself. You just put it off and put it off and put it off. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. So you're learning to say yes in the moment to the things that you want, because they're things that you need to keep your energy fully charged. You're also learning to keep promises and commitments to yourself and to others. With the South Node in Cancer, you are releasing dependence on other people, especially emotionally. You're releasing moodiness, insecurity, especially insecurities that were based on past experience, past lives, early childhood. And you're learning to be in the present moment and to take risks. This is a lifetime of taking more risks. The more risks, and probably calculated risks that for you that you take, the more you feel confident in who you are. Beautiful North Node in Capricorn. So now I'm going to shuffle the cards. I know it's a lot of information, all of these placements, but I really wanted to do this for you guys because it can really be life-changing to find out what you're here to do and how you are here to approach life. And a card fell out for you, and it's love. It's love, beautiful North Node in Capricorn. See all the lushness in this card? I feel like this card is saying give yourself the lushness of life if you're not. If you feel like your life is too deserty, like it's too much in where you only have the bare bones. Again, Capricorn energy can deprive itself of the lushness of life. This is saying give yourself the lushness of life. Or it's saying love is coming your way, or it's saying focus on love. Love is the only way, through managing others, through being with your family members, through being with your friends, and most importantly, managing yourself and your own life. It's all about love. It's all about love, beautiful North Node in Capricorn. Okay, if you have your North Node in Aquarius or the 11th house, this is your reading. Those of you, and it's raining really hard right now, I try to erase the background noise so you guys may or may not hear it, but it's raining hard, and Aquarius energy is considered the water bearer. It's not a water sign. You guys are air. You are fixed air, which means you are very focused in this lifetime. You are very clear on what your soul is, very clear on what you came here to do, but it means that you can be a little bit stubborn. You can be a little bit set in your ways, which is ironic because you're also quite innovative. You're here to be innovative and progressive and to see in the big picture of life, in terms of society, in terms of groups that you're a part of, in terms of your friendship network, or just the way things are done in the world, the way things are done in your local environment. Your task, your mission, your purpose is to see that bigger picture and make corrections, make your contribution to progress things, to bring things more into a right future place. And what I mean by that is to correct imbalances, to correct inequalities, to correct anything that you see that just feels off or wrong or unhealthy to you. You're naturally innovative. You have the talent, the potential to tune into the cosmic intelligence, to tune into the larger cosmic field, and to channel the creativity, to come up with your intention for what you want most and literally tap into that field of unlimited possibility and to bring in download solutions. You are very gifted at that, naturally gifted at that. You are able to make decisions based on the needs of the tribe, the group, the community, your family. It's all about, for you, what does everyone need? What's best for everyone versus your own individual self, which was a South Node past life for you. And I'll get into that in a moment. You're here to come up with, receive, and share your unconventional ideas, to be unconventional, to let your freak flag fly, to be your unique self and authentically express that. And you are here to actively engage in friendships and community groups, to not stay home too much, to not isolate yourself at home. You're here to be out in the world. 11th house is the world card in the tarot. Well, the world card in the tarot is 11th house. Aquarius is 11th house energy. That is social media, that's being out in the world, that's interacting with a lot of different kinds of people. You're also here to champion a cause, whether it's humanitarian or just it's a forward-thinking idea that you have that catalyzes you into action. It could be a movement, it could be something that as I said earlier, you're trying to correct, you're trying to make more progressive. You know, Aquarius, you have a brilliance that you receive and channel that says this thing is not right. This thing needs to be corrected or changed or made more fair or made more equal or made more healthy and right in the world. It's about changing the world, really, in your own way. So you're also here to create win-win solutions, to follow your heart, and to recognize other people's gifts as well, to factor in everybody's needs, not just your own. Because in the past lives, with South Node and Leo, you've had past lives where your focus was really on your needs. Your focus was on what you needed to do to shine your light in the world. It was very much about you, and that was the right thing then. In this lifetime, you're releasing, because Leo's known for drama, that is the lower octave of Leo, but you're releasing any kind of melodramatic behavior. I know that doesn't apply to everyone. This is just general reading. You're here to release need, but you know, some of us in our most stressed moments can be dramatic, and that's okay. But you're releasing that. You're releasing your need for approval. You're releasing being prideful because you're either scared or you want to be in control. Because if you sometimes feel out of control, which we all do as human beings, your sort of coping mechanism may be to invoke pridefulness, but you're here to release that, as well as willfulness and stubbornness and a need to do things your way or to have your own way. You can reach amazing connections, engagements with other people when you look for a win-win solution instead, North Node in Aquarius. Okay, so now I'm shuffling the cards for you. And that only comes from fear, right? When we're like, no, it has to be my way. You could be rigid sometimes because you're afraid. There's a part of you, an inner child part, a very young part of you. It's not your conscious self, who may be afraid that she's not going to get her, or he is not going to get their needs met. But when you say, okay, how would everyone benefit? There's always a win-win solution. Then everything opens up for you. Then your world opens up and you feel so much better. Okay, your card, North Node in Aquarius, or the 11th house. Your card is thriving. I love this card so much. I am partial to giraffes, I have to say. But I love this card because there is so much light in it. The source of the light of this card is this tree. And this tree is this pink tree. It's full of creativity, and creativity from the heart, from your heart's desire. This is about creativity. It's about love. It's about thriving. There's so much wisdom in this tree, just like there is in you, North Node and Aquarius. And the light is just beaming, beaming, beaming. This is an old soul card. This tree is an old soul tree. It's been around for eons, thousands of years. That's the description of the card, so I know this from having read that. But this is saying you are an old soul. You are a humanitarian. You're here to bring forth your light. There are things you know without even knowing how you know them. And through you just being you, rooted in the ground, putting your roots deep down into the earth and just being you, there's a light that emanates from you that allows you to stand tall like this giraffe in the world and be authentically free, your full self-expression. And that lights up anyone that you come into contact with. That allows you to be a leader in your family, your work, your home, your friendship group. It allows you to make the change that you came here to make in the world. Beautiful North Node in Aquarius. Okay, if your North Node is in Pisces or the 12th house, this is your reading. North Node in Pisces people. This is your growing edge. This is what you're gifted at, what you're growing into, your potentials and your life lessons. You are here to merge with the divine source, with divinity, with unconditional love. You are here to channel divine love. You are here to create a spiritual identity, not just about your earthly physical reality. Yes, we all have to pay attention to that, but you're really here to travel into other realms and to learn about your spirit, to learn about your connection to the divine. You are here to learn how to go with the flow, how to surrender to your higher power, to channel divine love. You have various modalities that you may explore in this lifetime, such as meditation, guided meditation, astral travel, astrology, any of the metaphysical arts. You could be someone who learns a lot of different modalities, Reiki, other healing modalities. You are here to tap into your imagination, to envision possible, potential, beautiful outcomes for yourself in life. You're very much a co-creator with the divine, or that's what you're gifted at and what your marching orders, your mission is in this lifetime. To learn to be compassionate with yourself and with others, especially yourself. That really expands your compassion to others. You are artistic and very creative. You are probably able to excel in any of the arts, whatever you choose to develop. Of course, if you're not practicing it, these are potential, so you have to practice it, you have to learn it in this lifetime, but you have that potential to actualize. You need time alone. You may need significant time alone. You need to be in your own energy because it's very easy to merge unconsciously with other people's energy and be the sponge and soak up the rest. So you need good psychic hygiene and definite significant periods of time and alone. I wrote hermitage. It's okay to have times of hermitage, or some of you may go, times of it, I am a hermit, that's what I do. And that's okay, but you're also balancing that. Always we're balancing our north and south node, so you're balancing that with your Virgo, your south node and Virgo energy too. South node and Virgo, you're learning to release being too analytical, analysis paralysis, being too perfectionistic. Some of you may be recovering perfectionists. You are releasing being so detail-oriented that you get hyper-focused on the details, and you lose the bigger picture vision. You are here to release the fear of making mistakes. In past lifetimes, you may have been shunned or ostracized or, isolated for having done something that others said was wrong, and it may not even been something you did. It could be like during the witch burning times, for example, where you were just being your true authentic self and you got punished for that. In this lifetime, you are learning to give yourself compassion when you do it wrong, because you may have a deep-seated fear that other people are going to call you out and that the same thing is going to happen to you as happened in a past life. That's not true for this lifetime, however. In this lifetime, as a North Node in Pisces, you are here to trust that your overall beingness is enough. You don't have to get everything perfect. You don't have to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. Your overall beingness and energy is enough. Beautiful North Node in Pisces. So now I'm going to pull a card for you. So you guys have a lot of permission to travel in the other realms, which I love. See, I have the opposite in my chart. I have my North Node in Virgo and my South Node in Pisces, so where I would love to spend lots and lots of time in meditation, I don't get to have those long periods of checking out in this lifetime, but you guys do. And I don't mean checking out as in escaping. I mean like really communing with your divine source. Okay. And it's always a balance for all of us. I know that. Okay. Your card is abundance. So with North Node and Pisces, you are releasing self-doubt, and that could be releasing a fear of lack, a fear of not having enough in this lifetime or not being enough. Abundance is your true nature. When you tap into the divine, you receive downloads, inspirations, and the energy that you need to create the abundance that you want in this physical world. So abundance, as you know, North Node and Pisces is a state of mind, and you can alter your state of mind with your intention and by tuning into your divine source and asking your divine source to fill you with abundant energy, to fill your cup regularly. That's very important to you. You are naturally abundant, beautiful North Node in Pisces. Okay, my beautiful friend, this has been a general reading of your natal North Node placement. If you would like to know more about your natal North Node in your chart, how it affects your life purpose, for example, I do life purpose readings. I also do natal chart readings and heart's desire chart readings. For every reading, my goal is to empower you. We look at your natal chart. We look at the transits that are happening for you right now, including the transiting North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, how that's affecting your planets and points, when that's going to activate different planets or points in your natal chart, and the future transits that are coming up. So I invite you to go to my website, check out the testimonials that other clients have left, what they've received from their astrology consultations, and see if you feel called to work with me. I also offer coaching, including one-off clarity sessions and soul alchemy deep dive transformational coaching. So to get more information on both my astrology consultations and my coaching services, the links are below in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for your likes of this video, for your comments. I love it when you leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what resonated for you or didn't resonate for you in this video. And thank you for your subscribes. When you subscribe to my channel, you send a message to the algorithm that then puts my videos out to more people who love astrology, and you really help support my channel. Thank you for sharing your time, energy, and presence with me. I absolutely love being here with you. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends for joining me. I love communing with you. And as promised, I have a free gift for you. And that free gift is a guided meditation, a soothing guided meditation to reconnect you with your spirit guides, and with your own internal divine wisdom. To get that guided meditation, go to my website, sign up for my weekly inspirational updates, and you will receive an instant download that you can listen to right away. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you get notified when I upload my next video. And until my next video, my friend, I'm sending you all my love.